Howdy, tabletop RPG fans. Thank you for supporting this channel. I'm Rangleby, Grand Poobah of Game Design, and this Reviews Day topic is about the Kobolds Ate My Baby RPG. Kobolds Ate My Baby, KAM, is created by Chris O'Neill and Dan Landis of 9th Level Games while in high school in 1999. It was originally illustrated by Christopher Ward, and later editions were illustrated with additional materials by John Kovalek. It was proper fuzzy kobolds, not Draco goblins of the D&D fame. It uses the beer engine. Your attributes are brawn, ego, extraneous, and reflexes. Today I'll be showing you some Kobolds Ate My Baby collection stuff that I have, including the original books, More Things to Kill and Eat, the Deluxe edition that was in the hardbound with John Kovalek's artwork, an issue of Dork Tower that includes the article about Kobolds Ate My Baby, Kobolds Ate My Baby in color, and the rare Ninja Burger game that uses the beer engine. There is a lot more material than just this that makes up the Kobolds Ate My Baby collection. I also have a PDF edition of the Super Deluxe edition, which I believe came out as part of a Kickstarter in as recently as 2013.
First book to show today is Kobolds Ate My Baby, the original edition from 1999. And the warning on the cover reads, "This game contains some material of gruesome and violent nature. The makers of this game would just like to make it clear that they do not condone the eating of babies or any of the other mean-spirited, wicked, or otherwise evil things contained in this book. We repeat, do not eat babies. For the love of God, please do not eat babies." So the artwork in this original edition was sketchy and fun. You can tell it's an RPG zine. It's got the bright orange cover, and every page is a regular printed piece of pages with the staples in the middle. And it was a great buy at the time. I can't remember exactly what price I paid, but I know that I was very pleased with it. I love the fact that it contains so many tables: the random trait charts, the random boogie charts, the random equipment, the random weapons, random armor, kobold magic, random spell charts. It had the idea of victory points, and that you could do something when you got back to the cave with those victory points. Difficulties, how many dice you roll. The 3 commandments: thou shalt always use common sense, thou shalt have dice, and thou shalt not take this game too seriously. Rules on creating the town, the random charts, townsfolk, starting the game, and a huge section of house rules. The baby horrible death chart, because many of the babies that you're trying to bring back are going to suffer a horrible death. But also the kobold horrible death chart, because frankly all the kobolds are going to suffer a horrible death at some point. And more about the town and encounters that you might have while you're there. Adding to that was the More Things to Kill and Eat. And again, wonderful warning on the cover, and rulebook full of lots more content: expanded traits, expanded bogeys, new skills, kobold religion, victory points, the kobold horrible actions, combat opus, the subterranean kobold horrible death chart. All the stuff in here is basically an expansion on those basic rules, and lots more tables and lots more humor threaded throughout the entire thing. Adding to the list in the chronological order here, about the same time, Ninja Burger was released. And while it's a different game company that was responsible for Ninja Burger, other things, they collaborated with the level 9 guys and took the Kobolds Ate My Baby rules and turned them into an RPG for Ninja Burger. And the premise of Ninja Burger is simple. You have to deliver food in a world where all of your competitors are trying to stop you using ninja tactics. And it's a wonderful setting and a wonderful set of RPG rules. They, of course, changed the beer rules to the sake rules. So the third edition of Kobolds Ate My Baby, everybody knew now that this was a humorous game and that it had a lot of potential. It was being played at conventions all over, and by the third edition, John Kovalik said, "I'll do the cover for you." So John did the cover, and these guys had by now pared the system down and turned it into something that was not only super easy to play, but super fast and always funny. And this edition of the rules was one of my favorites for a long time because it was the one that really made it a full RPG. John loved the fact that he'd done that and evidently got involved in this edition as the publisher as well. So it's not only ninth level games, but Dorkstorm was involved in the publishing of this. And there on the back it says, "All hail King Torg," because part of the game is whenever King Torg is mentioned, "All hail King Torg," you have to say, "All hail King Torg." I won't keep saying that. This edition of the book, all the artwork was done by John Kovalik. And it was a great edition because, first of all, it's hardbound. You can see it's a beautiful third edition cartoon style cover on the book. And all the tables and charts and everything that you could possibly have in a great little book, but now emblazoned on your shelf as a hardback. And after that came out as a promotional item to help with sales, Dork Tower came out with the Kobolds Ate My Baby, an 8-page adventure supplement that was a terrific way to introduce the characters. And also, lo and behold, all the characters are in color this time. So we get to see kobolds in their costumes and doing their stuff, but we also get to see it in color. And it was a great little 8-page adventure to go along with the hardbound book. And before long, in 2015, along comes Kobolds Ate My Baby in color. Sorry, 2013. And this color edition, all the sections are color coded to explain where everything is. It makes it much easier to sort through. Very fun to look at all the colored characters inside. Now every piece of artwork is colored. And the idea of how the kobolds work and all the different pieces of it is all fully explained here. This was probably the penultimate edition from the publisher, as far as I'm concerned, of pulling it all together and making a great set of rules. And has the infamous color character sheet here at the end that includes, well, here's the semi-colored version showing how to fill it in, and then the black and white edition if you want to copy in black and white, and then the colored edition if you want to copy it in color, with your attributes, your skills, your hits, your armor, your name, your edges, your boogies, what items are worn, what's in your wrong paw and your right paw, and along the edge here, the kobold horrible death record that takes you from 1 to 13, where you're probably going to die along the way because of kobold horrible death. And last thing was in 2015 on Free RPG Day. They actually published You Is Kobolds, and it was a terrific little mini rule book. This was free if you went to your local gaming store on Free RPG Day. It had all the same artwork, but the interior this time is not in color to save money on giving it away for free. But it actually included quite a bit of the contents of the color edition in a very playable adventure, just based on the rules contained in this very small RPG zine that was free on RPG Day, Free RPG Day.
This is the Kobolds Ate My Baby character sheet. You can see on the left-hand side it has all of your stats, the brawn, ego, extraneous, and reflexes. It also has a list of specific kinds of skills, and you may have a bonus or an ability that allows you to gain an edge or an ability there for specific skills like bullying or swimming or wrestling. Next comes the hits, and that would include being and the number of times that you can be whacked by a weapon. Your name, your edge, which is a bonus that you gain that's unique to your kobold, and a bogey, which is basically something that's not good for your kobold. Things that you wear, funny hats and clothes and things like that. Your victory points, which is just tally of conditions where you've actually met the criteria of the mission for that particular adventure. And then what you have in your right paw and your wrong paw. And finally, along the outside is the Kobold Horrible Death record, and it counts the number of times that you've had something that could potentially kill you outright from the dangerous things that kobolds do, and it gets progressively harder to play the game as you proceed. I've run Kobolds Ate My Babies a number of times at local conventions, including Fanime, Big Bad Con, and DunderCon. And when I do, I use this character sheet and some modified homebrew rules that I use. I've added Brawl, Scavenge, and Stunt, and I've corrected a few of the things that I thought should have exclamation points next to them, or maybe were errata from previous editions. I have an item called the Pillage Bag, and the Pillage Bag is just an item that adds more craziness to the adventure by having you put stuff that you're collecting into the bag, and the bag can rip, and lots of stuff can happen during your pillages. Basically, this just allows me to incorporate the pieces that I wanted to in the revisions to how I play Kobolds Ate My Baby. I also don't have the Kobold Ate My Baby Horrible Death chart play out as much as other game masters might. I give people a lot more chances to survive, and I actually have quite a few homebrew rules that I incorporate in my version that allow for continuous adventures in Kobolds Ate My Baby. This episode is brought to you by Kaboomkin, the smaller, faster, funnier RPG of cartoon, fairy tale, post-apocalypse mayhem. It's time to blow stuff up. Get it now at www.kaboomkin.com. Thank you all for watching this episode. Hit like, subscribe, or ring the bell, or Booger will get you. If you want to see more videos like this, go to hopspush.com and buy an RPG or t-shirt. Do good, annoy evil, and bye-bye.